Hi, if you're watching this video, probably you heard something about MCP, Model Context Protocol, and I heard about it back in autumn when Anthropic released it, but I thought of it more of a tool that can help developers to improve the apps, give it access to more tools, more resources like external databases. But at some point it got me thinking, how can MCPs can help me as a mere human, just a product manager without my programmer hat on? How it can help me in my day-to-day life. And this video is an exploration of this idea. I warn you that I won't explain you in detail what MCPs are, because there are dozens of videos that do it better than me. And probably it's just my view, my interpretation of how it can be used in day-to-day life. And yeah, we'll go through some ways how to find the right MCPs for you, and then show you an example of how I set up an Atlassian MCP server that helps me do probably the most tedious task that product manager has, work with JIRA. So yeah, let's go. In my opinion, from day-to-day use perspective, MCPs is an easy way to connect to apps and services through chat or voice without the need to go into their UI. I really think that now for a lot of apps that you use, you don't need UI. It's just a thing of the past. MCP or maybe any other technology like that can help you connect your voice, your chat, and just a normal conversation way of interacting with technology, with the apps that you use. And I think it's a future of interaction. And one of the things that spin this thought in my head was this article by Claude, because I think here where they really try to target a different audience, not programmers, but a broader audience of people. Claude can now connect you to the world, and you can see that there are different integrations with Atlassian, with Zapier, which I think Zapier would be the first choice of people who are not very techy, because it's easy to set up. Yeah, you can see Atlassian, MCP integration, intercom. So I think MCPs are coming to our day-to-day lives. The way you interact with MCPs is through MCP clients, and there are a lot of MCP clients out there for different use cases and different personas, but I personally use Claude Desktop for day-to-day use, and for coding related MCP purposes I use VS Code and GitHub Copilot, because I just used to it. But there are a lot of different MCP clients. If you want to learn more about MCPs, there is a great video by one of the employees of Anthropic. You'll have a link below in the description. And probably right now you have a question, where do I find the MCPs? And there are a lot of places to find the MCPs, but two most popular ones are this one, Awesome MCP servers, and it has hundreds of different MCP servers, and another one, an official library from Anthropic, and as you can see also hundreds of official, unofficial. Yeah, I think that's interesting to explore. And given the amount of different MCPs, I thought, like, how can I navigate those lists? And I had an idea that you can use AI for that. So I created a prompt where I described who I am, and I think you can go in more detail what you do day to day. And then I copied the raw file from the library on GitHub and let the AI think. And yeah, first I tried with OpenAI, but the context window in chat is not that big. So then I tried Google, yeah, and worked perfectly. It takes some time to think. Probably it took 2 minutes with Google, but I think the results were pretty awesome. I won't go into detail with those results, but you can try it yourself, and I think you'll find right MCPs for you. Also, another way to find the right MCPs for your flow, for your process, is to just list the apps and services that you use day to day, and then try to find MCPs for those services. So after this exercise, I just wanted to try any MCP, and I think the first candidate was file system MCP that Anthropic suggests to use as an example. Yeah, so I just went and used the tutorial to set it up. I just copied the config file from tutorial and used it. So yeah, you can see that MCP is here now, and it has all of the tools that you can use. I found that the problem with Claude Desktop that you really need a pro subscription to use it, because you always hit the maximum length of context window or chat. So you definitely need to have a pro plan here if you want to use MCPs with Claude Desktop. But eventually I managed to test it successfully even without paid plan. I wanted to know how many files I have in a specific folder, and I just found a folder that has less files, so it was able to find it. So yeah, this was my first test of MCPs, and then I wanted to test on something more advanced, and I think the best candidate was Atlassian MCP and automating my JIRA workflow, because as I said, sometimes it can be very tedious to create all of the tasks and do it from one prompt, just from chat. It could be very easy. The first way that I wanted to try was Zapier, but I wasn't successful with that because for some reason for those integrations with Atlassian and Zapier, you need the max subscription, at least for the time when I was making the video, so I wasn't able to test it. But in general, I think I didn't like how Zapier sets everything up, because you need to connect each tool, each action separately. Also, you need to pay for Zapier. If you are not technical, I think it's a good way to work with MCPs, and really, like, you're able to connect to probably 8,000 different tools, services, apps. So I think it's a good way. But if you're a bit technical and want to have more freedom to work with tools, I think you can go with other types of MCPs that I'll show you next. So this MCP is distributed as a Docker container, which I think is very convenient. You just follow the instructions, download the Docker container and run it, and you have MCP on your local machine. Yeah, and then you need to set up this MCP, and I think this MCP is well documented. Just follow the tutorial, and I pick the integration with the API token, which I think is the most straightforward integration. And yeah, I've created the token. Then I set up the config file. I created .env file with a few variables like JIRA URL, JIRA username, JIRA API token, and I added a couple of others after that when I tested, but I think these are the most important. And yeah, and you can see I have all of the tools, and all available, all for free. I started testing it, and my first task that I wanted to create a new project, but there was a problem that you need to specify what project do you want to work on, because by default it picks project key for some reason, and there was a setting called JIRA project filter, and I thought that it would be a way to show to the MCP that I want to use this project. But as I found out after that it is used more for searching for issues and viewing issues, but not creating issues and interacting with the project. So I found that the best way is to specify what project you want to work on, and it works with it right away. And as you can see, I hit the limit of the conversation once again, and after that I decided to buy a Pro plan, which I recommend you to do if you want to use MCPs extensively. So I bought a Pro plan, and also for testing purposes I changed the key of my project from Scrum to Proj, just to test stuff. And as you can see, it's creating the task, subtasks, and I think because you can do all of the stuff from text or from voice, it gives you so many possibilities. Like, you don't need to click so many buttons, you don't need to go to so many pages. Yeah, you just type it in and it works as a charm. Then I just wanted to create a sprint, and it also created a sprint. As you can see, it's here in the UI, and it has the task here. Yeah, and then I asked it to complete some of the tasks, and yeah, it was also done successfully. you see that you need to approve the actions, and I just wanted to allow everything from now on, and we'll see how it works. You see, the tasks are completed. So yeah, I think MCPs is a great way to automate your day-to-day life. The paradigm that you need to think is that for many apps, you really don't need their UI. And now you can access them, you can work with them through chat interface or through voice interface. And it's a great paradigm shift, and it's a future of interacting with different apps. For my next endeavors, I want to try to use as many MCPs as possible for different workflows, for different apps. And yeah, I want to see where it goes and what other limitations. And as you can see from this test, I used just a blank JIRA account, not to mess up with the data, but next I'll connect it to my work account and see how it can really be used with real product, with real tasks, and how it can be improved. Yeah, and if you like this video and you want to see more examples of how different AI technologies can be helpful in your day-to-day life, follow this channel. And as I said in the next video, I'll go full on MCPs, and we'll see how it works out. So stay tuned, leave a like, comment if you see ways I can improve, or if you just have questions. Yeah, see you next time.